Welcome, Virgo. This is Carolyn with Intuitive Enlightenment Tarot here to do your weekly 13th through the 20th important messages from Divine Spirit and Guides. I want to welcome all my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. And cross watchers, you're welcome as well. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes. Thank you for supporting my channel with the likes. I really appreciate it, and the views and the shares. It really keeps me doing and being inspired to keep doing and putting out these videos. So again, Virgo, I'm a Virgo Sun. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, welcome. If it doesn't resonate, please don't try to make it fit. I am a Virgo Sun, but I am an Aries Moon and a Libra Rising. So when my Virgo Sun just doesn't sound like it for me, and it just doesn't sound like it's meshing, my Aries Moon usually is cracking, and my Libra Rising sometimes as well. Okay, so depending on what you see, claim it. If it doesn't resonate, chuck it. It's all good. All right, so thank you, and keep hitting that like button. I do appreciate it. So let's get it started here. Divine Spirit and Guides, please bless prosperity, stability, and abundance and happiness on all universal beings. Happiness begets happiness, and misery loves company, and we want to be far away from misery. Thank you. All right, my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. Let's get this party started. Let's find out what we need to know for the 13th through the 20th weekly. Let's find out with the Wonderland Tarot here, Major Arcana deck here. What is the most critical messages that we need to hear for the week of the 13th through the 20th? I have the first card about dealing with Pisces. My sister's a Pisces, both of them. Or it's about taking a time out and seeking a different perspective when you're stuck on a situation or in a situation, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. So when something is not divinely timed and we are pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, we have no control sometimes over what situations we're in, but we do have control on how we react to it, okay? So that's what I'm hearing clairvoyantly and intuitively, that we may on the 13th through the 20th as Virgos be going through a situation where we need to take a time out and a step back, be patient, time out, when it comes to something that is not in our control with these energies, all right? And I'm not an astrologer, but I do know the energies are kind of whacked with Venus in retrograde and Leo. I have my Mars in Leo in my natal chart, so there's just going to be some strong energies in the 13th to the 20th that we may just need to take a step back and say, well, wait a minute. Let me see how I'm going to react to this situation, because it's out of our control. Relationship, career, familial, relatives, so anything that you and everything. So we need to think about that as our critical message from the 13th to the 20th. But we're going to get some clarity here on what some of us Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses are going to be going through. I'm hearing 7 shuffles. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the magic number 7. All right, let's do this. Let's get it. All right. So Divine Spirit and Guides, what are some Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is going to be expecting? What messages do we need to hear for our higher good for the week of 13th through the 20th? 13th through the 20th, things that we may not have any control over, but we do have a way that we can take some time out to seek a different perspective on something. All right, cards are just a flow in here. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Divine Spirit and Guides, please give us what we need to know. Oh God, we got a lot of messages. All right, so let's put this to the side here. We're done with that deck for sure. Oh, let me see what the bottom card is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, we'll need to be stepping up like a boss, unless you're dealing with an Aries. The energies of taking charge, stepping up into a leadership position. Something may be offered to you. I think that if you're dealing with a career, this is definitely a leadership position, okay? It's going to lead to stability, prosperity, and abundance, but it doesn't have to be a career opportunity. The 13th to the 20th, you may be stepping up into a new relationship, something that's going to be a long-term longevity, right? After a karmic closure that you had no control over, a karmic lesson that was learned the hard way, because I know last week wasn't the best for me when it came to the energies, because the Tower is exactly what the tower is, a leveling of your foundation and making you step up and do things, making decisions on the spur of the moment, is what it felt like last week for me. I can't speak for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses, but my world was a little bit rocked last week. And it was just the busyness and having to make split minute decisions, and not everybody there to hold your hand. I mean, there's times when, the situation calls for us to be independent, isolated, left out in the cold and abandoned, but having to step up and make those decisions like a boss, like an emperor. All right. And we don't always want to be in that leadership position. We don't always want to have that control, but sometimes in order for us to elevate, ascend, and evolve, we do have to have a leveling of our foundation and be made to step up into a relationship, career, or something with our family or something like that. Something that we wanted to isolate ourselves. This isn't no abandonment or isolation that somebody gave you. You wanted to put yourself in a timeout. You wanted to isolate yourself from the reality of what this karmic lesson that came to an end was about. We wanted to take time out to retrospect on, dissect what it is that we were supposed to be learning in this situation that's bringing about these two aces of new beginnings, of prosperity, stability, longevity, of action, passion, travel, maybe relocating, maybe switching departments in a career, maybe a relationship. We just had to do what we had to do, right? You may need to take time to retrospect and dissect, just like I said, right? Because the situation may have been something that you weren't expecting, something on the sidelines. Somebody was watching you, you were watching them on the sidelines, and then the boom, kaboom, there it is, right? A difficult, hard decision had to be made. I called it like it is, right? You have to step up and you're called to make a decision that you have no control over. Divine timing is in play, that you have to take the time out to seek a different perspective, maybe with the assistance of a Pisces, but something had to change, and it was a boom moment. It was like catalysmic is the week that last week may have brought upon you, or the past weeks. Something you had to deal with that you may have felt like you were put in an isolation, abandonment issue, that there was no one there to hold your hand, or a self-imposed one. But now new beginnings are coming in, just like it always does when you have a world card, which is the ending. The world card is the last tarot card in the deck, means karmic lesson learned, no do-overs, it's done, no need to revisit it, there's nothing else you can learn from it. So boom, time to move on. And you weren't looking at the signs, you were staying stagnant, in not procrastination, when we don't want to challenge ourselves, when we don't want to put ourselves out there because we're comfortable, right? We're comfortable where we're at. We know what we're doing. We don't want to step up. I don't want no more responsibility. Then the universe comes in a relationship, career, familial event, whatever, and boom, makes you move on. And you have two paths to take. So that's where this decision, the hard, difficult decision comes in about which path do I take. Maybe it's something you've been watching, or someone that's been watching you in a relationship. You're going to need to have strength unless you're dealing with a Leo. I do know that we are in the Leo energies right now. And it's about taking action. Leo is about action, passion, adventure. Leos are all about movement. You will be needing to take the Queen of Wands energy about putting yourself out there and being the one to put yourself out there in that, that arena. Be seen, be heard, take action, be in the limelight. There's options and opportunities, not all of them good, so make sure you are making that hard, difficult decision and stepping up like an Aries, unless you're having an assist from a leader, from an Aries, or a person of authority. But you will, like I said, you will need to be taking on the energies of the King and Queen of Wands, being dynamic, showing your stuff, showing what you're made of, Virgo, and trusting your instincts, trusting in your gut instincts that you are in the know. All right. I know us Virgos are the ones that are the go-to people. We are the ones that when a boss or a relationship or something happens, they're always calling us, because we're the ones that won't bail. We're the ones that won't quit on them in a relationship or career. We're the ones that they can trust. But it's not always something that we want to take on. It's not something that, sometimes we want to be the one that puts ourselves in timeout and hide in isolation. Oh, look, I hope they don't call me. But you're going to be called on the 13th to the 20th to step up like a boss and in a leadership position. I think someone may be offering you a leadership position if it's work. If it's a relationship, you're going to have to step up in the relationship and take the lead and take the initiative because somebody's counting on you, is what I'm hearing intuitively. And it may take some retrospection. It may take some time out. We may need to seek a different perspective. You know, everybody thinks Virgos know everything, and, well, we think we know everything, but that's just an inside joke. But as a Virgo, you know. They think that, you know, we're nitpicky and critical and perfectionist, but it's just the way we are because we have high expectations of ourselves as well as the world and people and places and things around us, and we're the hard worker bees, you know, and people come to us to get things done, and they rely on us. And there's sometimes we don't want to step up and be the boss, but sometimes we just have to, I guess, in a relationship or career, whatever this endeavor is, this familial, it could be a relative situation, it could be a friendship situation, but somebody's calling on us to step up and be the boss. And we may need to have strength during the energies of this Leo season, okay? But Virgo season's almost upon us, okay? But Venus is in retrograde, so... All right, so let's get this clarity here. What is the Ace of Pentacles for my Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do we need to know about this new beginning of opportunity? Yeah, if we're willing to take the mission. So the song or the thing that's going through my head is, if you choose to accept this mission, if you step up to take and accept this mission, it's going to lead to long-term stability, prosperity in a relationship, career, or endeavor, okay? But you're going to have to take that leap of faith like the Aries energy, all right? Unless you're dealing with an Aries. What is this world karmic closure, this calamity of big proportions that will never be the same? The Six of Wands is saying that you're ascending, you're evoluting. This Tower moment that is a catalytic moment needed to happen so that you can ascend, so you can evolve. There's something that's more for you. The universe is presenting you with some kind of opportunity because you deserve it, not because you want it. Sometimes we get, you know, where we're stable and we just want to be in the moment of where we're at because we're good where we're at. We feel comfortable. We get complacent is the word that I hear. But the universe is saying, no, you got bigger and better things, Virgo. You got bigger, better things, bigger, better relationships, bigger, better endeavors, personal relationships, success and career. You got better things coming your way. You can't just sit there no more. The Seven of Cups, opportunities and options, right? That's what's clarifying the Five of Pentacles. We want to isolate and hide, but, you know, we're being called upon. The Ace of Wands is saying that this is the pinnacle for us. If we choose this mission of relationship, career, endeavor, familial, relatives, whatever the situation is that we're calling to be stepped up by like a boss, it's going to lead to us pinnacling out, reaching that pinnacle level, okay? It may take some retrospection and time out, but it's going to really take, you know, for the Four of Swords here is being clarified. Don't sit on it too long. Put yourself out there. Just get right on the ground, hit the ground running is what I'm hearing. Hit the ground running is what I'm actually hearing. You don't need time. Don't lay there too long. Take the opportunity. Be the Virgo. Seek that deeper wisdom and enlightenment, but do it on the run, is what the King of Wands and the Hermit. It's okay to seek advice from a Virgo. We're Virgos. But another Virgo, but hit the ground running with the King of Wands. Put yourself right out there and take it on like a boss. Because that communication is going to come in quick. Text, email, phone call, and we're going to have to hit the ground running is what I hear. Okay? The Chariot. Didn't I say that? The Cancer, unless you're dealing with the Cancer, Virgo, you're going to have to hit the ground running with this. And it's going to be you called upon. If you choose to accept the mission, you're going to pinnacle out in a relationship or a career. This is going to set you up. All right? And bring you to the light of everybody that sees you and admires you and respects you. This is going to pinnacle you out, but you're going to have to hit the ground running with this Cancer card, the Chariot card. Taking off like a boss and just no hesitation, just making the calls on the fly. You know, taking that time to seek that perspective, but very quickly. What is this Page of Swords about? Seven of Wands. Being strong in your convictions. Sitting on the sidelines, being strong in your convictions, but guess what? Having to make that difficult choice. Now, do you want to be in the limelight? Do you want to take that pinnacle? Do you want to accept that mission to level up? Or do you just want to call it when this time comes? I have the Temperance card. Patience, Sagittarius energy, healing, balancing yourself. Do you want to stay in it to win it and pinnacle out? Or do you want to be the boss? in this relationship endeavor, this person, place, or thing. Let's go ahead and clarify. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Let's do the King of Swords is about you have two paths, and either way you go, you're going to be successful. But it's going to take you using the King of Swords energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You may have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius assisting you in your endeavor for your future plans. But either way you go, either path you take in this situation, in this endeavor, it's going to be successful. Okay? You're just going to use facts, logic based to make the decisions, like a boss, like an Aries, who everybody goes to when they need things to happen in a calamity situation, because they trust this person. All right? Because the options are that you're overwhelmed, things are done. You're ready to lay that burden down. You're ready to evolute and ascend to a higher position because you're tired of being overwhelmed where you're at. The Three of Wands is talking about waiting for your ships to come in. Well, hey, your ships are here. Look, the Three of Wands, it's here. All right? The Tower has happened. It's happening on the 13th through the 20th, if it hasn't happened already. And the Nine of Cups about wish manifestation, well, your wish is here. You're leveling up. You're pinnacling out. What are you going to do? You can accept this mission. If you choose to accept this mission, like the Fool card, and take that leap of faith, good things are going to happen to you. That inner conflict for the High Priestess, trust your gut instinct. What should you do, Virgo? All right? What should you do? The Queen of Cups is going at it emotionally stable, balanced out, open to receiving and giving. All right? Nurturing. The Five of Coins is about letting go of that isolation and stepping up. Okay? Being very equal, emotionally balanced when you're doing it. Let's go ahead and, that's about as much clarifying we need. We're going to be called to do something in a relationship or career that's going to put us in the limelight. We can either choose to step it up, or we can choose to stay isolated and abandoned. But I don't think that we're going to stay. Me as a Virgo sun, if somebody gives me a challenge and says, hey, I see you leveling up, I see you ascending, I see you evoluting to a pinnacle, I'm going to take it. That's just me. That's just my opinion. What you choose to do, because you may be in a place where, like, you know what, I'm fixing to retire. I don't need this, you know what I'm saying? Or in a relationship, you know what, nope, I'm not taking the lead. I'm tired of having to be the one figure shit out all the time. You need to step it up. I'm going to step back, right? Avoidance, stalemate. What did I just say? Avoidance, stalemate. It could be, look, I'm retiring. I'm sorry. You know, you're going to have to hand this. You're going to have to hand that torch to somebody else, because at this time I'm choosing to step back. It's time for me. All right. But the Wheel of Fortune says it's not. Okay. But avoidance happens. Some people are just, you know, Neptune is into play too. Neptune with confusions, illusions. Neptune will throw a wrench in something to make you evolute, ascend to something totally different. Neptune is about changing something in a cataclysmic way that is something totally out of the norm. Look at these glasses. They're like clown glasses, right? Something totally out of the norm is what Neptunian energies is about. Making you step out of your comfort zone, and step out of illusions and address what's coming at you. Guarded, vulnerability. Yeah, you may be guarded in vulnerability, because when you step up into this emperor boss situation, we are not the all be all know all. I mean, we act confident. We act like we've got this, and most of the times we do have this. But there's times when we're vulnerable too and guarded, and we're like, okay, there's times when enough is enough for us too, right? That's what I'm getting here. So whatever you choose to do, the bottom of the card says higher self activation, evolution, ascension. That's what that means. Whatever you choose to do, whether it's ascend or dethrone, whatever it is for you in a relationship, career, or a situation, whether you decide to take charge or not, you're going to be successful, because the Two of Wands is about either way you go, you still have the respect. You still have, but there's no sitting in it anymore. There's no choice about staying in the matter. You either ascend or you get out, is what I'm hearing. Okay? All right. Much love to you, Virgos. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Take it and claim it if it resonates. If it doesn't, from the 13th to the 20th, it may not be your story. Check your natal placements. All right? Take care.